Just waiting at pinging up.
Yeah. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us this morning to find out a little bit more about our Innovation Challenge which we're running this year. This is our second Innovation Challenge and we're looking forward to receiving some really interesting and exciting opportunities and applications in. So the point of today's webinar is to really just give you some background information on the Innovation Challenge and to answer any questions that you might have. There is lots of information online on our website and a full guidance document. And if I move on to the next slide, these are my contact details and I'm very happy for anybody to contact me directly if you've got any questions about the Innovation Challenge. So please do get in touch. So what is our Innovation Challenge? So effectively, we are providing grant funding of up to £25,000 to successful projects to test or demonstrate new innovative products, processes, services, or business models, and specifically using MSIP or our infrastructure to support that test and demonstration activity. We're going to run a really simple single-stage application process. And if we share these slides afterwards, you can follow the link. It's all on our website. So it's a really quick application process. And we hope to turn that around really quickly. So applications close on the 17th of November at 11 in the morning. And we aim to turn around all applications really quickly within about a 5-week period. So what we can provide is grant funding of up to £25,000. We can provide that at an intervention rate of around 75%. Ideally, we would like to look at that intervention rate as the maximum and the project amount or the grant funding total of £25,000 is the maximum amount as well. But there is no maximum project size. So if you have a bigger project and you can justifiably ask for £25,000 to support that, that's absolutely fine. In a later slide, I will be able to show you some of the assets that we have on the park to be able to support and enable your test and demonstration projects. So bear with me, and you can also look at Google Earth, obviously, to get a little bit more information on those and to see what's available. In addition to providing the grant funding, I can also provide a range of support to companies. Additionally, we can provide access to our innovation labs, which are small 80 square metre workshops that companies can use on an easy in, easy out basis. We will provide those access to those labs for the duration of the project, and there's full information about how you can cost that into your project in the guidance information. We have 2 partners on board with us in this Innovation Challenge. So we're working with both the Data Lab and with Census, who can provide access to additional expertise and support through their networks. And that's going to be really valuable hands-on support for both data and sensor technologies and Internet of Things. So we encourage people to use those resources as much as you can. In addition, there might be substantial funding available through the Inward Investment Catalyst Fund. That's available to non-Scottish organisations that want to work with Scottish universities, and we can provide access to interface for companies that think that might be suitable for them. So please do just ask. So what is the focus of our challenge? So we have 2 areas of focus. The first is demand responsive transport or mobility as a service. So this is really how you move people and things around the place. And some examples here are around providing a rapid response to personal transport or looking at novel data management solutions. And just for background information, we have a skills academy on the park, which will be open from January. So we will have a population of learners that need to get to and from the park, as well as the staff from our tenant companies that are needing to get to and from the park. So we feel that there's an audience there that could potentially provide a group to service through this type of through this type of project. We've deliberately kept the definitions of these things very broad, so we're very interested to have a conversation around what your demand responsive transport project might be and how that might fit with the challenge. Our second area of focus is around electric vehicle charging. Again, a really broad definition, so it could be anything around the charger technologies, developing new or smart charging technologies. It could be around how you ensure the just transition and access for all. It could be how you identify suitable locations for EV charging. Anything underneath that EV charging theme would be suitable for these kind of projects. Again, really broad definition, and happy to have a conversation with anybody around that particular theme. So how do you know if you're eligible to apply? So basically you have to be a company to apply, and that's pretty much the only eligibility criteria we're looking for. You have to be a company, you have to be applying to one of those two focus areas, and you have to be looking to deliver a late stage innovation test or demonstrator project, ideally linking into MSIP in some way or other. Excuse me. Projects can be collaborative. You can bring in other partners, you can bring in university partners, other companies, you can bring in subcontractors. So it doesn't just have to be an individual company that delivers the project. We're really keen to look at collaborative projects, especially with our partner organisations, such as Census and Data Lab, and our university partners, including Dundee, Abertay and St Andrews. So this slide is a bit difficult to see. I do apologise for that, but the information is in our guidance document, and I actually encourage you to take a look at this link here, which takes you from our postcode to Google Maps, and it gives you a sense of the space that we have available. So I guess the main things to point out here are the red roads in here, which are in our industrial road network, which we can provide access to. And here is our internal road network. There's a lot of bright green here, so apologies. In this internal road network, there are roundabouts, there are junctions, there are pedestrian crossings. We also have a lot of building space, which is both occupied and unoccupied, depending on what you need. We have yard space, we have car parks with electric vehicle chargers, and we have a lot of green space as well. This is our innovation lab building in the corner here that you can get access to. We will have a drivetrain testing facility under development. It will be available from autumn 2023, hopefully, and not from early 23. So that's maybe something to bear in mind with respect to your projects. And we're also constructing our Innovation Hub building on this corner here, which will be available from late autumn 2023 as well. So that's just a kind of quick overview of the assets on the park. As I say, I would direct you towards Google Maps so you can actually see that in a little more detail, and it's easy to zoom in on that. You can use this key that's available in the guidance document to identify what's where. So how will proposals be assessed? Well, there's probably not a kind of magic formula to this. It's fairly straightforward. We're going to look at how the projects proposed address each of the challenge topics, and how innovative the proposals are. We're going to look at the delivery plan and make sure that that is robust and deliverable, looking at the team that were involved and the timelines for that. Also looking at the team, is there appropriate experience and capabilities in the team to be able to deliver the project? Clearly, the budget is going to be something that we will look at to make sure it is both appropriate and realistic, and we're going to look at the commercial potential of the project. And importantly for us, we will take a look at how the MSIP assets will be utilised, and how best we can facilitate those projects. Ideally, what we would like to do through these projects is maybe seed some early stage work on demonstrator projects that can potentially go on to larger scale test and demonstrator projects through other funding. Therefore, we're going to also look at the potential for follow-on funding or investment resulting from that test and demonstration project. So these are all the kind of criteria we're going to look at when we're assessing the projects. And finally, just to give you an indication of the timeline, so the call opened on the 8th of September, and the application deadline, as I mentioned earlier, is 11 o'clock on the 17th of November. We hope to go through a really quick assessment process and notify successful applicants of the outcome by the 13th of December, with all contracts being issued fairly quickly thereafter and to be completed by the 13th of January. I appreciate that might be quite a quick turnaround time, but we're keen to get projects started as quickly as possible, and ideally by the end of April 2023. Clearly, depending on the assets that are going to be utilised at MSIP, then there's going to need to be a little bit of negotiation around how that access is provided. So we've put as negotiated there, but ideally we'd like projects to start fairly quickly. So that gives you an overview of the challenge, what we're hoping to achieve, what the criteria are for applications and their assessment. Happy to take any questions, either directly just now or by email, as I've indicated, and I'll just share this again. There's my contact details. Please do get in touch if you've got any questions or if there's something that's not clear in the guidance document. Thank you.